Whoa. Why can't it? Sorry, I should have done this before I started. Oh, there we go. Oh my God. Oh, now it's too much. Okay. Hi. Josephine from Red Cabin Sewing Company. Whew, here we go. This is your, first of all, scratch that part. First of all, thank you. Thank you for purchasing my pattern. This is my first pattern that I am putting on my website. It is the Charm Halloween bag, and I am so excited. This is a digital pattern, and this portion is your step-by-step tutorial that is in my YouTube link. So I have downloaded when you buy your pattern, you're gonna get all the pattern pieces. So you download those, and then you print them out, you put them together, and then you cut them out, and then you've got your pieces all ready to go to cut out your fabric. So, and then you'll also be printing out 3 pages. The first one is the materials list and supplies. And then the second 2 pages, a page and a half really, are the instructions. So I've gone ahead and I've cut out already my pattern pieces. So this is the Halloween fabric I've chosen to have the bag look like. This is 4, cut out 4 of those. This is the lining. I've cut out 4 of those. For the bottom of the bag, for the lining and the outer, I have both black for that. I have the belt loop pieces, which you cut out 2 of those. And I have the thumb loop pieces, and I have 2 of those. So I'm going to set those ones aside. I'm going to set this right here. I just noticed my sewing machine is unthreaded, so I shall do this real quick because we are going to use the sewing machine and the serger. I'm going to be primarily using the serger. That's how I'm going to put together the bag. And unfortunately, it's facing this way. I wanted everything to be right close so I don't have to move the camera around. So you're not going to see me actually serging. You won't see me actually doing that part of the sewing, but I'll show it to you like right away as soon as I'm done. It's just out of view of the camera. There we go. Okay, so we're going to look at our instructions, and it says, number 1, print pattern. Oh, I did that. It's over there. Tape all 8 pattern pieces together, then cut out. There are 4 pattern pieces in total: bag panel, bag bottom, belt loop, and thumb strap. Be mindful of how many pattern pieces to cut of each. It's listed on the assembled piece. Once you have all your fabric pieces cut out, start by assembling the bag. Using a serger, overlock, or a 1/4 inch seam allowance on a sewing machine, sew together the side panels of the bag right sides together. Sew the pieces into a row of 4 and then connect the first piece to the last. Got it. So I'm going to be taking these, putting them right sides together, like so, and I'm going to sew up one side of that. Oh, where's my pedal? There it is. Got it. And if you don't have a serger or an overlock machine, that is totally fine. Just use a sewing machine, and you can either put a zigzag stitch on it after you've sewn your straight line, or you could leave a little room. Oh, look it, still attached right there. And you could do use those zigzag scissors. What are those called? Pinking shears. You can use pinking shears, which is what I did forever because I didn't have a serger for years until I realized the magic of them. And now I love it so much. that is 3 pieces together. And I'm gonna add the 4th piece. This bag comes together quickly, especially once you do a couple. And you realize how quick it goes. So that is the 4th piece. So it said connect all 4 pieces together, and here they are. The panels, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we are gonna connect them, the first and the last piece together. Like so. All right. Done. So the bottom of the bag onto the smallest end of the bag, right sides together. So here is the bottom of the bag. Thanks for the likes. So when we look at this, right, we have, because how each panel piece was tapered, so we're going to have a small end and a big wide end. So the top is the wide end. The bottom is more narrow, and that's where we're going to put the bottom of the bag. Right sides together, of course. You also can absolutely pin or clip these pieces together as you're assembling your bag. I do not do that, and the only reason I don't do that is because I've made hundreds of these bags and I just know how to do it. This part is fiddly. This part, putting the bottoms onto both the bag and the lining, is the hardest part. And it's not that hard. You just have to hold everything so much. Okay, it's hard. I'm just kidding, it's not hard. Oh my goodness. Almost done, almost done. Here we go. We're at the end. I'm just pulling that tail out of there. Okay, so here we go, the bag, and then the bottom is on it. So I'm going to set that aside. Now we're going to sew together the lining of the bag using the last 2 steps. So the last 2 steps we just did to put the main piece of the bag, we're going to do the same thing for the lining. But when you connect the first piece to the last piece, leave a 4-inch opening. Got it. So I'm going to connect these 4 pieces. There they are. I knew they were there somewhere. There's 2 together. I'm gonna add another. Oh my goodness. There's 3 together. And I'm adding the 4th. This is, of course, the pattern. For the Charm Halloween bag, which you found on my website, redcabinsewingcompany.com. However, you can also buy a bag, and I'll send it to you. Because I've got some already made, which are also on my website. Okay. So, here are the 4 panels together, and I left an opening. Oh, not there. There it is. And now we are going to put the bottom on, the same as we did with the main bag. Done. So there is the liner, and the bottom is on, and then there's the hole. Okay, now place the lining bag inside the main bag, right sides together, clip or pin in place. Okay, I have my clips here. So I'm gonna turn this around, because we have to put it right sides together, and it's going to get placed inside this bag. So the bag and the lining are together, right sides together. Just going to go to the opposite end, and I am just lining up the seams. That's how I do it. Line up. Woo! Line up your seams like so, and clip or pin. There we go. So now they're together like that. Place the lining bag. Okay, I did that. Assemble the belt loop by sewing the shorter ends together first, then turning right side out. Okay, so the belt loop is the bigger pieces. So we're gonna attach the smaller ends, the shorter ends together. We're gonna sew them together. And the other side. Whew. So there we go. I've closed the sides, the shorter sides, and now we're gonna flip it over like so. And then what do we do after that? belt loop by sewing the shorter ends together first, turning right side out, iron in half lengthwise and hold together with clips, pins, or use a tacking stitch. So we're gonna iron. So it goes like this, and it goes like this. So we're gonna iron, what did it say? Sorry, I'm just reading. Iron in half lengthwise. So we're gonna fold this lengthwise and iron. We're gonna press that. And hold together with clips, pins, or a tacking stitch. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly go to my iron and iron that in place. Woof, that's hot. And it says to clip or pin or use a stitch, so I'm just gonna stitch it real quick. I need to get that out of the way. Yeah. There we go. Done. Now it looks like this. And you have an opening that goes all the way through. I don't know if you can see. Yep, there you go. So, place the belt loop in the center of one of your bag panels. Place between the lining and main bag. Raw edges lined up with the raw edges of the bag. Clip or pin in place. Okay, so I'll move that out of the way. Get rid of all that. So we're going to take our bag and we're going to lay one of the panels flat, like so. So one panel is from clip to clip, yes? And what we want to do is just open, right? Like we want to put that inside. So it's a fairly big piece, and the panels, it gets almost the size of the panel. So centering it is not too hard. And we're going to put it in between with our nice folded edge in, and the raw edge is going to be running along the same as the raw edge of the bag. So put that in there. And we're going to center it. I love that it's big enough that you can just place it there. And I'm going to clip it. Oop, I have a crazy thread just running through everything. And I guess I'll use 3 clips. Okay, so it's in there. It's inside. It's in between these two things, and all of our raw edges are lined up. Now, assemble the thumb straps by folding and ironing the pieces lengthwise in 4 sections. Fold the ends to the middle, then fold in half. Hold together with clips or pins and sew close with a top stitch, and sew along the other side so both sides are matching. Oh, okay. So what you're gonna do, and you can totally iron this if that makes it easier. We're gonna fold it. I cannot do it. I'm gonna iron it, sorry. This one is wrinkly. Wow, stubborn wrinkly, okay. Oh my gosh, that's hot. Heavens. Oh, okay, so I ironed both pieces with a center line, like so. And now what you're going to do is you're going to fold the edges to the center, and then you're going to fold it in half lengthwise. So the edge to the center, the other edge to the center, and then fold it. And then it looks like that. And we're going to run a stitch first along the open side, and then along the other side. And I do the other side just for aesthetic purposes. There we go. That's one. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it, but that's what it looks like. And I'll do the other. Oops. I have a wild thread. There we go. Okay, I'll do the other one. In the same fashion, fold the edge is to the middle, and then fold it in half, like so. Oops. Okay, and now actually I'm going to fold them in half like this, and I'm just going to put a tacking stitch right across there on both. Then I don't have to worry about a clip or a pin, it just will be held in place. Okay, now place the thumb straps near the seams opposite of the belt loop. Place between the lining and main bag. Raw edges lined up with the raw edges of the bags. Clipwork and in place. Okay, so where we have the belt loop we've put in, we are going to go to the opposite panel, which is this one. And we are going to put these thumb straps just, so here's the panel, just to the outside of that opposite panel. And you're going to put it like, just like the belt loop, you're going to put it in between these two with your raw edge up or out, lined up with the raw edge of the bag. Oh no, I need a clip. Right there. And then do the same on the other side, which would be right here. There it is. Yes. Very good, very good, very good. Whoa. That's a guinea pig. Okay, so we have our belt loop in place. We have our thumb straps in place right there and there. Now, we are going to, once you have your thumb straps and belt loop where you want them, check. Sew or serge around the entire top length of the bag. Nice. I am going to serge it. And I'm going to start with the belt loop just to get that out of the way so I don't have to. It's kind of weighted on that side because of it, so I'm just going to do it. Yeah, there we go. When you get to the thumb strap, just double check that it's straight up and down. That it hasn't like tipped over a little. Not the end of the world if it has, but I just like to double check. And here I am at the other thumb strap, and we're good. Okay, so I have serged around the whole edge of this. And now it says, turn the bag through the 4-inch opening you created in the bag lining. Excellent. Let's do that. I'll just get these out of the way. So we go to the lining and we find that hole right here, and we'll just reach in and we'll pull the bag through. There we go. And it looks like so. Looks like so. There is one thumb strap. There's the other thumb strap, and the belt loop is here. So we're done this whole first page already. Next step. Once your bag is turned, iron seams, including the top seam you just created so it's nice and crispy. Once iron, top stitch the top of the bag, being sure to catch the belt loop and thumb strap tails into the stitching. Yes. So we are going to top stitch this. And I'm going to turn the bag this way so that I am top stitching on my main fabric, which I love. And I'm going to start my top stitch on the belt loop. And it said to iron it so it's crispy. So we'll just pretend I ironed it because I'm not going to. Like I said earlier, maybe I said it here, maybe I said it somewhere else. I don't know. I've made hundreds of these bags. So if it's your first time, or if you're new to it, or if you've bought the pattern and you're doing this follow along, if you iron it, it will make this step easier. So it's recommended. That's why I put it in the steps. Iron it. It's good. It's crispy. But I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to, top stitch. And as you go, just make sure that everything is sort of lined up nice the way you want it. Here's my thumb strap. You can do like a back and forth over the thumb strap. It is something that is going to get pulled on a lot. So if you want to just double reinforce it, yeah, why not? Can't hurt. And I really like having this video to go along with your pattern because, you know, I feel like it's hard to say things like that written down in my, you know, in the written instructions. I don't know, that's just like to say go back and forth over the thumb straps. I don't know that I would understand that if I read it someplace. Maybe I would, who knows. But the point is I didn't put it on there, so good thing you're watching the video. Okay. Oof. So now, because remember I started right here where this belt loop, the belt loop is. I'm going to sew all the way, and there will be a double stitch line over the belt loop where it's attached to the bag. There we go. Excellent. Okay, so there we go. I've top stitched all along the whole thing way of the bag. Now, half an inch down from your top stitch, or desired length but no shorter than half an inch. Sew another line parallel to the top stitch from one edge of the belt loop around the top of the bag to the other edge of the belt loop. This is your casing for the elastic. So here's your belt loop. You're going to start where your top stitch is. You're going to go half an inch down, pardon me, and you're going to sew this way, and you're going to go, oh my God. You're going to go all the way around the bag, all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way, until you get back to this side of the belt loop, and then you're going to end there. A back stitch. So, start at the edge of the belt loop, forward, backward, forward, and just go all the way around. Once you get back to the other edge, back stitch, and you're done. Just cutting off my threads. Okay, so now I have created the second line. So there's my top stitch, there's the bottom, which is now made a casing, which goes all the way around the bag except for in front of the belt loop. Now it says, go through the 4-inch lining opening and feed your elastic through the casing using a large safety pin or bodkin. When one end reaches the first end of the casing, sew it closed with the elastic inside. Recommend double stitch. Continue pulling the elastic through, and when it exits the casing, sew that end closed. I just realized I didn't cut elastic, so hold the GIF. So that is a 12-inch piece of elastic. Sorry, I'm just grabbing a piece of webbing. So here's my elastic. Oh, sorry. Oh, I have one right here, a lighter. I just like to burn the ends of the elastic. It melts the plastic and keeps it from fraying. Oh, and I need my, I have this little tool that I put it through. So we're going to go in through the opening, the 4-inch opening, and we're going to put this into the casing, which you've left the sides open. Okay, so in there, into the casing, which is, oh my goodness. Oh, there we go. Okay. And you'll feed it along up inside the casing. Go for a bit, no problem, but then be mindful that you have 12 inches before your elastic is going to go inside that casing. And if you go too far, you're going to have to pull it all the way through and do it again. Okay. So I can feel the end of my elastic is here. The opening starts there, so I can just go like another little smidgy, not too much. and I'm going to pull it just a tiny bit. Okay, so now where the belt loop is, and where you see where I ended my stitch for the casing, I am going to, my elastic is ends right there, and I'm going to go here and go up and down and up and down. Then I'm going to move over and go up and down and up and down, and that's the double stitch I'm talking about. Yes. You just want to make sure that you're leaving half an inch, maybe quarter to half an inch of the elastic, a tail end in there. You don't want to leave a tiny bit, or you don't know, it might pull through eventually. You don't want that to happen. You're going to shorten your stitch also. And then move over and do it again. There we go. Okay, so that's 1, 2, there's the thing, and you can feel the elastic ends right there. So now, so my thing is still inside here. Now I'm gonna continue, I'm gonna feed it all the way through till it comes out the other side, the other end of the casing. And it's easier now because it's secured on that end, so I don't have to worry about it coming out. And you're going to find that opening and reach your hand in and pull out the elastic. And then scooch these along here. And I use 12 inches as a guide, but I mean, if you're sewing this yourself, it's your bag and you can customize it how you want. If you want it like not so tight, then add more elastic, do like 14-inch elastic. Then it won't be so tight at the top. Okay, so here we go. Here's the end. Here's my stitch, and my elastic ends right there, which is perfect. So I'm going to sew it. A double stitch. So many threads hanging out. Sheesh. Okay. There we go. Where's the elastic? Oh no. It moved. Sorry. That's a good thing I caught that actually, because that was too close. I gotta pull it. Ah, please. Please. Oh no. Oh no. I can feel it. I can feel it. There it is. Oh, I got it. Okay. I let it go too far in. Okay, there. I can't fool around. I just gotta sew it before it moves again. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect. There we go. Once you get the first line of stitches in, you're good. There we go. Phew, that was close. Okay, so now we have our elastic in, and you can sort of move things around and even it out. There you go. So now, what does it say? The elastic is in. Sew that end closed. I did. Sew closed the 4-inch opening in the bag lining. Ah, yes. There we go. So we are just going to put my stitch back to 3. And we are going to go like this. And we are going to sew that closed. This was pretty big. I feel like this was more than 4 inches. I mean, oh well, right? But That was extreme. Probably you could not, you don't need to do it as big as I did. Guys, guess what? The bag is done. That is closed. Let's turn it around. Look at that. You're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. Here's your little thumb pulls. So we're gonna just quickly assemble the... I just want to show you how this goes. So I'm going to be using this webbing right now to put on this bag, but this is not the webbing that comes with the bag. I've ordered black webbing. So if you're ordering a bag, like a bag that I'm making and shipping to you, it's going to have, this will be black. So you'll have a black belt on there. It's not going to look like that. So, but it's not coming until Thursday. So no shipping of bags is going to happen until Friday. Maybe Thursday. I don't know. Depends how, if I have to work on Thursday. But that's when the webbing is going to be here. So the first thing you're going to put on is this. And you're going to go up and down, leaving enough. Then you're going to take, wait, I got to think of how this, it's going to be going this way. Okay. So then you're going to take this piece and you're going to go up and down. And you can get these pieces on Amazon, or you can just go to a sewing store, I believe, and they'll have these sets of buckles. Then you have to go back up into here and then back out. There you go. And that's it. That's one side, like that. And when your bag is laying flat, like when the belt loop is here, you can, the webbing is quite easy to just put through there. Just feed it through and it'll come out the other side. There you go. And then we'll just put the other side together. Oh, it has to go this way. Sorry. I put that one on wrong. Okay, so we're going to go this way and that way. So now we're going to go in and out. Yeah. And then we're going to go in and out this way. And then once more back through this on the inside. The ends of this webbing is so fuzzy, it's annoying. But like I said, I'm just doing it to show you how it all comes together. And you know what? If you're making it yourself, you could literally just go and buy a cheap belt from Walmart and feed it through here and it will work just as good, honestly. Okay, so once we have all these, oh, and once you're done, okay, when it's not so fuzzy, and this is what I'll be doing for people who are just ordering a bag. This will be clean. It will be like lightered and melted. And then you just fold it over twice and then you sew that. And then you have a piece that is not going to go back through there. So there we have it. There's the belt. And just pretend, do not put it around your child's neck, but just pretend that this is their waist. And so now the bag is hanging against their body, like so. And also if you open it all the way, you can use it as a crossbody. Like the strap can go across and sit on their hip. And then they have their thumb straps and they just say trick or treat. And when the door opens, they go, and then it goes like that. And when they get their candies or treats inside their bag, they let go and they say thank you. And they run to the next house. They don't have to hold their bag. It's secure on their waist. They're not like lugging it around. Well, I mean, they're lugging it around on their waist, but they're not like dropping it and dragging it through the snow. Well, snow where we are. Maybe there's no snow where you are. But, ta-da! Anyways, that's it. So, thank you again for buying my pattern for my original design of this bag, which is the Charm Halloween bag. And I hope you enjoyed my follow along step-by-step tutorial. And I appreciate you. I'm going to come back later and finish sewing more bags. Thank you.